Guys, welcome back to my channel. And guess who I have today? Hello. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have my friend Hello. Oh my gosh. And so for those of you who don't know, Hello is a wife. Oh my gosh, she is a mother, a Christian, and of course my friend.
Yeah.
Hey. So just to give you a little bit of background, we know each other from uni.
Yeah.
We've been friends for how long now?
I want to say since 2008. So what's that? What's the maths? That's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years. My head is
13
gone.
years.
Yeah.
13 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm really blessed to have Hello on my channel today. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. blessing, guys, man. To get this girl here. Hey, I had to really hard work on her schedule because time is precious. So I was
it's a lot.
So in today's video, we're going to speak about how it was like getting married young and things that you should know, tips, advice, and anything that will just help. So hello, the Lord. So please let us know, how did you meet Mr. Please gist us.
We met 2010. So
Wow.
this year is going to be 11 years.
Since,
Since 11 years
that long?
since we've been together.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this year we're in our 9th year of marriage. So this year we're celebrating 9 years.
Wow.
Being married. It seems long, but it doesn't at the same time.
Yeah.
And we met at a family barbecue. My mum works with his auntie.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because you're actually part of this story. You don't realise that you're actually part of this story. She's part of this story. She don't realise. I was saved months before. So this story is mad. And I was going to church with Sel.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually going with you.
Yeah.
And Sel was teaching me how to fast and pray and just really get closer to God. And I fasted and prayed. And that week I got really ill.
Wow.
And my mum came and she took me home. And she said, oh, you're making yourself ill. And it was the summer of our first year in uni. And she took me home and she was like, listen, you're not well, I'm worried about you. And then she said, oh, but you know, I've got a barbecue this weekend, I can't leave you at home. So can you come? And I was like, I ain't got nothing to wear, Mum.
Oh
what have you done? And I went and I was still ill, but I sat there in the garden and there was plenty of, you know, the mandem came. I'm Caribbean as well. I've got a lot of African influence because I've got sisters who are, you know, my Nigerian sisters influence.
Big up Nigeria.
And you know how the Caribbean mandem can be. And my husband, he came, he was the last man to come, the one who wasn't as interested.
Okay.
And he came over. And at this point, I was all, you know, I was bougie and I was just like, I'm a Christian now.
Stush in it.
I was stush because I was like, I'm a Christian now. Ain't nobody can come chat to me. And he didn't come. He just he was respectful. And I think my mum was bragging to the aunties inside, saying, you know, she's a Christian girl. She's a good Christian girl. He was introduced to me, and we spoke about scripture.
Wow.
No joke. We spoke about scripture.
Oh my gosh, like
and
just immediately, like.
Because he said, oh, I heard you do a lot of things. And I said, yeah, well, my life verse is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And he, you know, so he was like, oh, you know scripture? And I was like, yeah. You know, and we just started bantering back and forth about scripture. And I was like, oh, this guy, he's very different.
Yeah.
And yeah, from then we started speaking. I came back the weekend and I told all the sisters, I was like, guys, I've met this wonderful guy. I told Sel.
I remember.
And we told our sister Christina. I was like, and they were looking at me like, really? You're just found Christ? Come on now. You're looking at this guy already? And I was like, no, guys, he's fine.
I remember actually being really excited for you, actually.
Yeah.
You know, them girls are like, oh my gosh, tell me everything. How did he reach to you? Blah, blah, blah. I just remember being like that.
You were quite sober.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I knew it came across very mad because it was just like, you've just found Christ. And to be honest with you, I wanted to focus on my relationship with God. And so, I was praying and I was like, Lord, what is this? And he invited me to a church service and I was actually looking for a permanent church. And so although I was going with Sel, I met Josh and he was like, come. And so he didn't ask me out, nothing like that. We were just friends. And then he just one day introduced me as his girlfriend without asking me. And I said, oh, he's a man of faith. Because I could have said no.
Yeah.
And embarrassed him. But I didn't.
You know, rejection.
And he was sure himself.
Yeah.
And we were courting 2.5 years, married 2.5 years later, literally.
Wow.
So it just took 2.5 years.
Okay.
I was 20 when I met him.
Well, okay, all right, let's hold it. You know. Right. So, before getting married, what type of things were you praying for?
For God's will.
Oh, wow.
It was literally, Lord, your will be done, whatever you want me to do. Because I kind of had an ideology in my head that I just wanted to look after myself and my mom and, you know, my family and just do God's will. And I was just like, Lord, whatever your will is, let me have it. Let me, however heavy it is, the burden. And I just wanted to know him. Started fasting and praying.
That's a very wise prayer for God's will.
Just for God's will.
Like, I hope you don't mind, but what age did you actually get married?
22.
22. And did you feel judged at times?
Yes.
And what do you mind sharing? Like, what were the type of things?
It was, you know, you have your whole life ahead of you.
Wow.
You have your career ahead of you. You're way too young. Don't you think you're rushing things? It was very much like, what are you guys doing? And all my friends at the time, my sisters in Christ, they were just like, we get it.
Yeah.
We had half who got it and half was just a bit like,
okay,
H, man, like, you're young, you've got, you know, things to do and you're settling down now. And it was hard.
I can imagine.
I've given up my 20s because I literally started courting my husband at 20. So my 30th birthday last year, I was like, my whole 20s have gone. My whole 20s.
I was actually at her birthday last year, by the way.
I went through this emotion of, oh my gosh, I've actually given away my whole 20s. You know what they say, you meant to enjoy and have fun and things like that. But I literally gave it away. We had 3 children in that time.
Wow.
I've got 3 girls, y'all. 3.
Beautiful.
3 girls. They love Auntie So.
They love me.
They love Auntie So. My 30s is now my 20s.
They say that 30s is better than 20s anyway.
It actually is,
obviously getting married young, of course having 3 beautiful girls. What were the type of things that you felt that you missed out on?
I missed out on, it was, I think where I just got saved not long before, it was that one-to-one time with the Lord. I almost had to learn the Lord and then learn to submit very quickly.
Wow.
Submit to the Lord's will in our marriage and our partnership. I think if you're getting married young, it's a case of the Lord has called you together for a particular project, a particular reason for you to grow together. And so my husband and I, not only do we grew together as adults and individuals, we grew together in terms of ministry. We both are CEOs, so everything is built from the ground up together. So I look back on it 10, 11 years now, I look back and I'm like, oh, it makes sense. I understand why he did that. So my prayer was, Lord, your will be done. And I've learned a lot about my intimate relationship with God via marriage, which is not for everyone. I wouldn't say, oh, everyone go and do it, because I envied the sisters. Oh, I went to Bible study and I just had an encounter with the Lord and it was so amazing. I'm just sitting there like, I was cooking rice and I had to serve and clean my house. Or I was breastfeeding, or I missed, that's what I missed. It was that one-to-one relationship with God. I'm not trying to say you don't have that when you get married, but you have to be very considerate. Things have to be in unison. And when you have a head covering, it's very different. Because if he's moving in this direction, you can't just be like, I'm not following you, sir. It's the Lord's, it's him, then it's yourself. You have to really go in order. So even if your husband is wrong, ladies, even if he is wrong, you don't just be like, I'm out. You have to pray earnestly to God and be like, please show this man, please show this man. He's not listening, Lord. And you can't just jump ship. You have to really pray earnestly in your closet. Don't be that quarrelsome wife who just sends him to the rooftops. As Proverbs said, you have to really allow him to grow as an individual, because he's young. If you're getting married young and he's young, he's growing as well. And so you have to be really patient. And so I met the Lord in that way.
Wow, you're just dropping some gems, man.
It's not as simple as, you can just do you. Of course, you have your prayer time, your study time in terms of womanship and sistership and all things like that. But when it comes to doctrine, when it comes to foundation stuff, he has to be in sync with you. You have to submit. What's
really interesting is that obviously you met your husband at 20 and now, 30 now. It's interesting how you mentioned that you guys grew together because we change. you're not the same person when you were 20 years old.
No.
You're not. You're a complete different person at 30. And I think that was a really important thing that you mentioned, is that you grew together, because sometimes it can go, let's be honest, it can go in the opposite direction where you grow apart. You want different things in life. After a certain age, a certain mark, you want different things in life. So, hey.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, girl. I'm even tapping my hair. All right. How important was faith compatibility to you?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
It is huge. If you're not compatible, it's not going to go well. It's basically like playing for the opposite team. It doesn't work. You have to be able to meet with the Lord together in unison. And remember, when you're getting married, you're coming from two separate worlds. You know, like his mum raised him one way, your mum raised you one way.
Wow.
Daddy, we all got raised differently. So now to come together, and people don't really see the differences until they get married. So you have a lot of people who, before, when you were courting, it's like, oh, this is fun, but you don't actually see until you're in the marriage.
Wow.
And it's like, wow. And I feel like the Lord does that on purpose, because if we saw everything, we wouldn't get married, let's be honest. Because it would be a bit like, I didn't know you were like this. Why are you like this?
They say real love comes after marriage.
Yes,
The real love.
The real love. I think my 5th year of marriage, when I was like, I really love this man, you know. And I think it was the same thing for him. We loved each other, but the first 5 years, it was just like, wow, like, you are so different.
Wow.
Me and him were so different in terms of personality, but what was common was our faith.
Amen.
And so no matter how much there was a clash, as long as God is your center and focus, people always say, oh, as long as God is the center, they're not actually understanding that is sometimes, that's the only thing sometimes that will glue you. Because you understand, I will honor this man and love this man, as you know, as the Lord tells me to do so, respect me, as long as he can understand, you know, I need to love my wife as Christ loves the church. I need to look after her. Sometimes, husbands, your prayers won't get answered if you don't treat your wife a certain way. So sometimes his prayers were hindered because of how he was towards me. Sometimes my prayers were hindered, or the Lord will be like, you're out of order. You're not in order. Okay. So even though you're vexed with him for this, fix up and sort it out, because I can't honor you in that prayer, because you're dishonoring your head. So faith has to be paramount. So if whatever age you are, if you're getting married, your faith has to be on point, because you're going to get the conviction. Let me go to bed and just forgive him and call it a day, because you understand, as a Christian, it's massive.
Ooh, thank you so much. If there was one thing that you could change, Falon, what would that one thing be?
I actually wouldn't change anything.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't. Do you know why? I can say that now. If you asked me 5 years ago, it would be the same thing. I wouldn't change anything. Because I feel like the Lord organically has done everything. Because a lot of my argument, again, like I said 5 years ago, and I was like, I was looking at all the sisters enjoying their Christian life with the Lord, and enjoying going to Bible study and all night prayer, and you know, the retreats, and just having that one-to-one time, and being able to go to, and I had the children at the same time, so it wasn't as easy. But when I look back at it, the Lord was like, I was always there. It's not that I wasn't there. It's, you can't do that Bible study because you have to serve your house. Wow. So it was,
It's a sacrifice, isn't it?
It is a sacrifice. And so I used to look at it and be like, oh, I'm missing out. But I wasn't, because now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, okay, I can actually help people who now are there. And now I can do Bible study.
Hey.
Now I can do it undisturbed. I can do the 30-day prayer this. It wasn't in my life, so I couldn't do it before, and it made me feel bad. I wouldn't change anything, because I think it was the Lord, if I'm being honest with you. And I just have to, I think I'd learn quicker, but I don't think you can learn quicker.
It's time, isn't it?
It's time.
It's a process, step by step.
I can't say I would wait to get married, because if I did, I don't think you would have.
Wow.
Like, there's a lot of things that are so delicate and so intricate that if I think you took one piece out, it wouldn't work.
Wow.
So,
yeah. Oh my gosh. And is there anything else that you would like to add?
I think when you're getting married, ask yourself, when you're meeting this person, what has the Lord brought us together for? I think people make the mistake of thinking you just get married, husband and wife, and I married a good Christian guy and we're fine. What has God put you together for? Because the devil hates marriage, he hates union, and he hates it because the Lord has put you together for something.
Wow.
And if that is just, it could be something very small as service. To be honest with you, service is huge. We're all servants, but what has he put you for?
Like purpose.
What's the purpose?
Okay.
What is it? Like, it's not as simple as she's got her job, she's going off here, he's got his life. Because it can be like that, but when you're intertwined and you're knit together and you're one, it's literally because the Lord has put you together.
Wow.
So the enemy will come in directions to try and unhinge that, to stop whatever the Lord has put you together for. If it's to make that one child, if it's to adopt that one child, if it's to bless a ministry, a church, if it's to come up with a business creative idea, it could be anything he's put you for, but you have to really think, because that's what's going to hold you together.
Oh my God.
So we are manifesting things that we knew the Lord told us 10 years ago. When we got together, there's things that are happening now that we knew, that's what, that's why the enemy battled with us. And people came against, and certain things happened. And we're like, yeah, it's because he didn't want us to be at this point. So even though things do not go smoothly, or if things are a bit confusing, you have to ask yourself, what did the Lord put you there for? Because if there's nothing that you can see, then sister, please ask yourself, is that your husband? It's not as simple as getting a good Christian man. Anyone can get a good Christian man.
It's true.
Anyone. There's many brothers. Anyone could get it, but what's the purpose in it? What are you going to help meet?
Oh my gosh.
Because that will keep you.
She's got me speechless now. I'm just like, oh my God.
It's just awesome.
Oh,
Just
wow.
awesome.
Oh, thank you. This has been such a blessing. Even just by hearing and listening to you, even I'm learning.
Thank you, sis.
Hello, what's in the house today? Anyways, this is how we're like. But guys, again, thank you.
No problem,
guys,
sis.
make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, make sure you support. Until next time.